Hey guys, what's up? I am trying very hard to manifest that fall will get here soon by wearing a sweater. That's probably not gonna happen because I live in Georgia though, so. It's actually not like already 100 degrees in the morning, so that's always good. I hope you guys enjoyed Barb's appearance in my last video. I actually just updated her Instagram, and I'm gonna be trying to post on there every now and then for all of you Bab lovers. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to film. Expect to see her probably in September. Y'all already know she's not gonna be on this channel in October because she believes that Halloween is of the devil.
You will rot in hell!
So this video, this commentary video, I actually got requested. So there is a channel called The Detail, which some of you might know. I had never heard of it, but they do Michael Jackson videos, and I saw this one and thought that it was pretty interesting. So this video is called From The Detail. It is called Whitney Defends Michael Jackson and Calls Out Racism in the Media, The Detail. Let's go ahead and start watching this video.
When Michael Jackson was first accused of crimes against children during the summer of 1993, few of his former showbiz pals came out publicly to defend him as a media circus ensued.
Lots of fake friends.
With radio silence from many of his alliances in the world of entertainment, Michael Jackson relied on a tight circle of
Very
trustworthy
odd.
individuals during this traumatic time. This largely included his family, minus LaToya, but including Janet.
We all know how we feel about LaToya.
With this whole thing in here like this, what are you doing? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Presuming that a lot of those in the public eye were hesitant to defend Michael or pass comment about the developing scandal for concern that they would fall victim to press and public backlash, damaging their own careers and future projects. One could argue that the Jackson family, as Janet put it recently, were already, quote, guilty by association. So to defend Michael was an act also to protect their own public image and careers in the spotlight. Elizabeth Taylor, who had been a star in Hollywood for so long and gone through too many scandals to concern herself with backlash, had little to lose.
We love her.
Energies on her AIDS Foundation and other charitable causes during this time. However, bucking the trend was a fellow performer at the very peak of her stardom and the best-selling artist at the time, Whitney Houston. Not even considered a close friend, but more of a contemporary and a long-time admirer of Jackson, Whitney had much to lose speaking out of tone about the scandal. Janet Jackson recently shed light on the real implications Michael's troubles had on her own career, revealing that she lost a multi-million-dollar sponsorship and endorsement deal with Coca-Cola as a result of the scandal. However, in February 1994, when Michael Jackson had just settled out of court with a $20 million payout, there was much self-reflection by the media as to how they responded to the scandal.
That artist drawing right there, that is accurate. I mean, wow.
Whitney chimed in on how journalists reacted to the news story in a TV Guide interview. She proclaimed, "You do not convict someone of a crime that you have no idea they
There you
committed,"
go.
Houston said. "I hate the media for doing that to him." Houston said that false tabloid reports that she was hospitalized for an addiction to diet pills the year before first made her aware of the problem, and how this media scrutiny negatively affected black entertainers far more than their white counterparts.
Girl, y'all don't want me to get into it. Let me tell you, I'm going to talk about Elvis, okay? This video might get me some backlash, but I have seen the Elvis movie. I've also seen the Priscilla movie. Going into it, I mean, my aunt really loved Elvis. You know, she loves him to this day, right? I didn't really think too much of Elvis. I've never been obsessed with him. I really didn't know a whole lot about his personal life, right? Well, after watching that movie and after watching Priscilla, just kind of get an idea of, you know, their age gap. I know people bring this up and people all the time want to say, well, that was just, you know, how it was at the time. That doesn't make it right, though. That doesn't make it right. So, you know, I find it crazy that, you know, because at that time it was a little more acceptable, you know, Elvis, you don't hear all this about him. Meanwhile, he was with a 15-year-old. I mean, and Michael, there is no proof that he was ever doing things to these underage people. So it blows my mind how, you know, Michael got completely. Like, this whole thing was blown out of proportion, and like Whitney said, like, there's no actual factual evidence. So that's pretty crazy to me. And I definitely think, like, I've had people ask me, you know, I'm obviously a white girl, there's only so much I can say, but I definitely think some of this was racially motivated. I mean, the fact that MTV wouldn't even like want to play his stuff, I mean, he's been dealing with that his whole career, so I believe it.
I see white folks do things. I see a lot of things that I wouldn't even think about doing, and nobody cares.
There it
Nobody
is.
talks about it, and it goes right under the rug. I think a lot of emphasis is placed on black people because there are not many who are able to succeed. So when one does, it's like, uh-oh. As a
Whoa.
victim of press intrusion for the best part of a decade herself, Whitney Houston firsthand experienced the thin line black artists had to toe when compared to their white contemporaries in the industry. In order to cross over from black and R&B music stations to the pop charts, from the start, Whitney was pressured to conform to conventions that were thought to appeal to mainstream white audiences. Exuding
see that a
grace and
lot.
elegance, with fancy clothes, hair and makeup, Whitney Houston's public image was devoid of her own personality and taste. She was coached on what to say and how she should behave, so to maintain the persona they had cultivated for her, when other female contemporaries, like Madonna, were allowed far more creative control over their image and artistry, using media-hyped controversy to spearhead their superstardom into new heights, instead of it killing off their careers entirely. Where the likes of Madonna could pose nude countless times, swear 14 times and reference her drug use on live television, Whitney Houston experienced criticism for her weight and marriage, rather than the focus being on the trailblazer.
This is definitely true. This is definitely true. I wholeheartedly agree with what is being said right there. I've seen it in my everyday life. Like, white people get away with a lot of stuff, especially white men, but white women too. As a white woman, I agree with that.
Moves she was making in her career. Similarly, where the other king of music, Elvis
There's
Presley,
Elvis.
would experience little backlash for dating his wife-to-be,
There we
a
go.
14-year-old Priscilla, Michael Jackson's
14, not
lifelong career
15.
and character was savagely torn apart.
Now, I don't feel so bad about saying that now. I know some people that are subscribed to me like Elvis. I don't hate his music, but I don't understand that at all. I don't understand why people idolize him to that point, knowing that that happened. Like, it's kind of crazy to me.
The world's media due to unproven allegations and an admission to sleepovers and playing video games. Although Michael Jackson was careful to maintain a wholesome, family-friendly image, Whitney Houston could sympathize with another black artist that also felt the pressure to maintain perfection within the public eye, in fear of becoming a victim of intense media scrutiny that could overshadow a life's worth of accomplishments. This racist contradiction as to how the media responds to black artists
Yikes.
and music was becoming increasingly evident in 1994. With much hyped mass hysteria surrounding hip-hop and the coined gangster rap genres as they grew in popularity
Guys.
and
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow.
crossed over to mainstream listening audiences. With many moral commentators calling to censor hip-hop artists due to the
Can some white people just accept not all music is for you? Like, okay, this world is not meant to accommodate you. Like, please, if you don't like something, there's probably a chance it was not made for you. So there's that.
lyrical content pertaining to sex, drugs, and violence. When white rockers for decades had built whole careers based off their drugs,
It's
sex, and
true.
rock and roll alter egos.
It's true.
It appeared that groups like Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, and Kiss could embrace a live fast, die young lifestyle, sleeping with whoever, falling out of bars with multiple visits to rehab facilities, with little effect on their careers or restrictions on their music. In the same TV Guide interview, Houston defended rapper Tupac Shakur's rights not to be censored as a musician, despite his recent troubles with the law. At this time, Shakur had been charged with shooting 2 off-duty police officers in Atlanta, sexually assaulting a woman in New York City, and was convicted earlier that month for assaulting a former employer.
I actually did not know all that.
Even if Tupac is saying something that some people don't like, it is a way of expression, Houston said. However, members of the press didn't see eye to eye with Whitney Houston's assessments. As Daily News columnist Ralph Wirtz put it, quote, What Houston and Jackson are victims of, along with a lot of other people of all races, are many things, but not racism. They are victims of a media that doesn't know when to say when. If the tabloids don't think your star shines bright enough that people want to read about you, you won't be in them. I think this is the tabloids' motto. The bigger the star, the more outrageous the story. If we can't find something true, that is. As the years went on, Whitney Houston became increasingly outspoken about the hoops black entertainers like herself and Michael Jackson had to jump through in order to prove themselves and find success in the 1980s. During a 2001 interview with MTV, Houston recalls the early days of music television and how the new medium was exclusively out of bounds for all black artists until Michael herself and a string of other music stars broke through those barriers.
I couldn't get on. I remember that it was a major breakthrough for African American entertainers to be on MTV because it was solely for rock artists.
Mentioned that too earlier.
A very big breakthrough, and then Tina Turner, along with myself and Bobby Brown and a few others, that were major breakthrough artists on MTV. But I do remember the hassle of introducing.
The way that the influence of black music is just in literally all music today. It's crazy. The way that people, take certain things that black artists do, and then meanwhile, like, the black artists themselves can't even get on MTV. Yeah, that's not okay.
Only for white artists at that point. But again, you have to be outstanding to break down the walls. And Michael and a few others are outstanding. So, it was cool.
And you, Whitney. Cool. You're outstanding
Thank
too.
you for watching this week's video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see.
Well, y'all, I must say, I thoroughly enjoy the Details channel. So I highly recommend you guys subscribe to the Detail. There's some like more lighthearted videos. Some are even more intense than this video. So I recommend you guys check it out. Probably do some more commentary on this channel because it is really interesting to watch. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I am going to be doing a Michael cover for Michael Jackson's birthday. I am also going to be doing conspiracy theory videos in October. As of now, I believe I have 4 or 5 ideas in my notes. That's going to be awesome. Thank you to guys who also sent me some conspiracy theory ideas for videos. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye guys.